You guys are so sweet. I've been going through my comments and seeing how much time you guys have spent with me. And I get so many comments being like, girl, I've been watching you since I was 15, since I was 17, since I was in middle school. Now I'm like 24, 25, got a kid. And I'm like, wait, like, girl, we have grown up together. You guys are whole adults, most of you, okay? It's ghetto, huh? It is. I know. I tried to tell you. Grab your wine, snacks, everything you need. XOXO Nikki is here to give you the tea about something that I wish somebody would have warned me about, because girl, your money ain't nothing to play with, okay? And with summer around the corner, let me tell you something. People are gonna be trying to involve you in travel plans, group travel discussions, group chats. This is when it all starts, okay? Either for the summer or for like the holidays for this year. People will be starting now. Got even a little taste of traveling, girl. Obsessed. I had to see all the things. See, I started out easy, like Vegas, all right? It's one of the places that you go as soon as you become of age, so you can go out there, act a fool, show your ass in the streets. Like, let's be real, all right? Once upon a time, not long ago. Okay. Today's discussion is going to be about the importance of the vibes and the energy of which you have around you on an everyday basis, but especially when you are trying to have some fun and your ass is trying to go on vacation. Don't just be inviting anybody and everybody. This is one of those moments where no, more is not the merrier. You think, but no. How many times do you hear about girls going on vacation together? I don't care. People say Miami. Nah, it's not a Miami thing. Mexico, Greece, I don't care. You could go to heaven itself as friends and come away as enemies. Complete foes, because sometimes the vibes and the energy only good for a few hours, okay? We are not meant to dwell together, and that's okay, but like, you gotta identify that before you start signing up for Airbnbs and shit. One day comes around, girl, we were involved in a lot of things. We had multiple groups of friends and we were all up in that Gaia, David and I, okay? So anytime we needed party buses, he was always the one buying the shots. Like, if he was going, we were all going, because guess what? It's the free night and we ain't got no munties. All of us, every single one of us, hustling, trying to make ends meet, living paycheck to paycheck. We really ain't got much. Our version of a party is going to one of their little janky apartments and drinking on some twisted lemonades or some shit, okay? So, you know, we all end up getting into this group chat to talk about party things. Like, about 95% of this group, couples. There are a few little stragglers here and there. You know, we're not going to talk about whether or not they were uggos. That's neither here nor there. No, I'm just kidding. We were all in like very serious relationships. All of us were living with each other, like our mans, and like we were all, you know what I mean? Anyways, girl, well, one day comes around and one of the single guys decides that it would be a good idea to just like throw this idea in the air in the group chat, talking about we should think about going to Vegas. Of course, the thought of it, going to Vegas with a big ass group of people, hell yes, okay? Like, I'm at work and I'm looking at this group chat like, if only, right? Like, you know, we're all responding, oh yeah, that would be hella fun. And then all of a sudden, then months are thrown out. Well, like, what about this month? What about this month? And then it kind of dies down throughout the night. And like, you know, people stop responding as much. I don't know when our party friend got the notification, but it was a few hours later, girl, because by the next morning, he had been responding to himself. Hell yeah, that sounds like, yes, we need to make that happen. Like, not just talk about it, we need to do it. Sending links to hotels. We should stay here. I got it. And here we go, talking about I got it. You hear that? I got it. Now, David and I are very keen on the I got it phrase, okay? Do you got it? Do we got it? Do we need it? Do we need to get it? I need to know now. And boom, 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 we start getting like responses. And of course, all the dudes, it's mostly the dudes that are like, yes, like, let's make this happen. They're getting all excited. And then some of the girls are like, you know, guess like that could be a great thing. Here we go. We got side group chats going on now where some of my girlfriends are getting a hold of me and hit me up and they're like, what do you think about this plan? And I'm like, you know, it could be cool, whatnot. So we actually start thinking about this thing having legs. Like, it might actually happen. Like, oh my God. So there I go, getting on MiamiStyles.com while I'm at work, looking at potential outfits for this theoretical trip that we may or may not be taking, okay? Get home, talk to David about it. You know, again, we're still looking at this as a maybe, but that would be hella fun. Girl, within, I don't want to exaggerate, probably I'm gonna give myself a good 7-day cushion. About a week. We start getting links, and our friend is telling us that he is in the process of booking like a few rooms at this hotel. You may have heard of it. It's called the Aria. At the time, the Aria was like brand spanking new, hella expensive, hella luxurious. Location, meh. I saw the pictures for this hotel, and girl, I was laid out. I was like wet. Like, I have been staying at the Starkest, bitch. I have been staying downtown Las Vegas, you know, with like the ceiling lights and stuff. Like, girl, I forgot what it was called, the King's Hotel. That's where I stayed. Okay, so like the Aria, stop it right now. Again, this is our friend that's like willing to take on a lot of the expenses. Fast forward. This thing starts getting more momentum, more traction. It's starting to look like it's gonna actually happen. We're having more and more of our friends, you know, like confirm that they want to do this, that they're available to do this. More and more dates are thrown out. They're kind of solidified. Now David and I are responding to it. Okay, this could work, this could work. Now, like, we're getting to the point of letting our jobs know, you know, giving our notice that we're gonna go on vacation for, you know, our vacation time. And boom, girl, fast forward, we get a few dates. We're working with credit cards and our friend who's being nice, but we're not trying to take advantage, all right? So we're talking 3-4 days for them, but for David and I, we're gonna come later. They're gonna get there before us. We're gonna come like a day or two later and spend the rest of the time with them. And side note, bitch, this story takes place in the month of love, the month of February, the month of my birthday. Having a birthday in February is actually kind of convenient now that I'm older, now that I know these things, because people want to travel less in February. The weather usually sucks in February. So a lot of things, including hotels and flights and stuff, discounted to the gods, girl. Valentine's Day, it spikes, but around my birthday, okay, first week in February, ain't nobody doing nothing. The window that we're looking at for this particular trip, it just so happens that the tail end of it falls on my birthday. When we get there, we're basically gonna have like a day and a half with our friends, you know, and we're gonna be staying and doing our own thing for like another day, okay? So, and I was good with that. I was absolutely good with that, because you know what, sometimes David and I wanted to have like a little cutesy dinner. Don't bother me. I'm not going on no field trips with y'all. It's my birthday. So I was glad that everybody was gonna be home, is my point. We're looking at the dates, we get our flights, we get our booking for our hotel, we pay off the balance for it, you know what I mean? He paid the deposit or something like that. We paid off the balance for it, okay, cool. We get everything situated. Now, you know, it's time to outfit plan. I'm in a group chat with the girls, 3 or 4 different girls that are kind of, you know, they're just like, know you through the grapevine, you know, like we cool. We're all talking like we've known each other forever, coordinating and colors and like heels and, you know, all of that. And girl, keep in mind, it seems like such a big thing, because it is, but like for real though, it was like for one night. One night with all of us going out stunting together. Just one night. We got one opportunity, one shot. Vomit on a sweater already, mom spaghetti, okay? You know, when you're about to go on vacation and you are at work and it's like the last day before you're about to go on vacation and them fucking hours drag, and then people work your nerve, or like they try to give you a long ass project and you're like, I've been telling you that I'm about to leave. Like, why? So that day was taking forever, okay? And I remember we had a super late flight. We were leaving after work, so I had a full day of work, girl. I don't know, this never came up in conversation. I think because I knew that all of our friends were gonna be there before us. I did not think to ask about anybody else's itinerary. I just like blanket, they're already there, we gotta go, we gotta catch up in all the ways. So girl, we get to DIA, and why do I see some familiar faces at the gate, okay? And these are a couple, they're a couple. But the girl is like one of the acquaintances, the like know you through the grapevine type things, okay? So, you know, she cool, you know, I ain't gonna lie, like, the small talk, girl, the small talk. Anyways, it wasn't no big deal. We share a ride to the same hotel. We get checked in. Do we knock out Absolutely not. Our friends are already down at the casino. They're already waiting on us. We got a whole night, okay? And we got dinner, and then we're just gonna hit up a few different places. But like the stepping out night was gonna be the next night, okay? Cool. So we take off. We get to our room. We, get zhuzhed up a little bit. We go down to the casino. We meet up with our friends, and we start walking, bitch. And I meet up with all of my girls, and it is, I ain't gonna lie, it's one of those moments where you're like, yes, like we made it. We made it out the group chat, bitch. Like, oh my God. Now, when I get there, girl, why all my girls are 2 sheets to the wind. They are, let me not exaggerate. They were just like very tipsy, just like real cutesy tipsy. Like they got that glow because, that heat is going on. So I was getting a little bit of FOMO, and I was like, oh my God, like I need to catch up, right? One of my girls was like, oh girl, we got to go back up to my room. And I was like, yes. So we all take a trip up to her room. We're just up there yapping, and we're up there drinking, girl. When I tell you we come down there just completely different, we're on a level 10 and we are ready to take on the night. So we take off. I don't even remember getting from one place to the next. We end up going to some restaurant. The food was bomb. It was so much fun. It was a movie. It was great. I barely remember getting into the elevator. 2 of our friends were making out, damn near trying to have their second child right in front of us. I was like, bitch, what the fuck? We need to go. So we go back to our hotel. We pass the fuck out. Next morning, I'm all hungover. So some of them were already up and like we're out at the casinos. Like some of the dudes really like gambling, okay? So they were already out there. And then like the other half of us, we decided to get brunch and like do the, balcony thing. And we go out there and we're just chilling and having mimosas and shit, trying to have a little hair of the dog, put ourselves together because this is the day. Like we're not playing no more. Like this is the day that we step out. This is the day that we do the damn thing. This is what we have been planning for, training for, and getting ready for, girl. There were a few like little shops that I wanted to hit up, but mostly I just like walking. I like walking, sightseeing, people watching, and yes. And I also wanted one of the big old slushy drinks. You can't do Vegas without doing one of them, okay? And we're having a really good time, and we kind of get separated. We kind of get grouped up, boys and girls, right? So the dudes are walking together. I'm walking with the girls. Girl that was flying with us, that was like an acquaintance, she kind of seemed, I don't know, girl, she kind of seemed like a little off. Everybody was having a good time and laughing. We were just, joking around and stuff, but she just kind of seemed a little off. She seemed a little quiet, and I wasn't the only one who noticed it because one of my friends was like, oh, Amy, girl, like, Amy, you good? Like, you've been kind of quiet. And she was like, yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm okay. And like, just like kind of giving off that vibe, like I'm good, stop asking. And so, I was like, all right, maybe she just needs a minute. I've learned with time when it comes to stuff like that, and if somebody, it kind of has that vibe to them, especially on vacation, just leave it be. When they're ready to join in on the fun, they'll join in on the fun. Some people might see it as like, oh, you're leaving them out. But at the end of the day, when you're being prompted and asked like, hey, are you good? And you're like, no, I'm good, like I'm fine. And you give the notion that you're fine and you don't want to be bothered about it, like, I'm gonna be the first one to respect that. Like, you might need a minute, you might have low blood sugar, I don't know. So I was like, she'll get it together. Let's just keep doing what we're doing, right? Boys don't understand this. Like, the other night, David and I had an event to go to, and he was like, we're gonna leave at this time. Is 2 hours enough? I'm sorry, 2 hours, I can make it happen, but my best work is between 3 and 4 hours, okay? I have the hair, makeup, outfit, shoes, like prep, lotion, oils, perfumes, like come on now, right? Needless to say, we ended the afternoon early. By we, I mean the girls. The dudes were kind of like annoyed and we're like, why do we have to go back so early? And we were like, you don't. So we left them, God knows where, was it Planet Hollywood? Somewhere, we left them somewhere, okay? And we head back to our hotel and we're going there, girl, because it's about to go down. So all of a sudden, on the way back to the hotel, somehow, some way, there's plans that are made that we're gonna be getting ready in one room. And it's gonna be one of our friends' rooms. So we're gonna be bringing our stuff over there and like just getting dressed in our own rooms and then like doing our hair and makeup together. This is where being a girl's girl takes some effort because, is it my preference to get ready with like over half stranger-ish type of relationships? And like, do I want to haul all of my stuff over there and like possibly forget something and be running back and forth? No, I don't. But for the sake of girlhood, for the sake of bonding, for the sake of the moment, absolutely. I'll be a part of a little girly vibe. I'm good. So I go to the room, I change into my stuff. Keep in mind, we had this conversation, like I said, like I said in the group chat about this themes or whatever. We ended up deciding on, so creative, let's do something sparkly, sequency. It doesn't matter what color, it doesn't matter what style, it doesn't matter dress, skirt, we don't give a fuck, a shirt, a headband. Something on you needs to be sparkling like the goods, okay? I took that and ran with it. I had myself a cute red mini dress, sparkling top to bottom, front, back, to the sides, up and down, open wide, girl. When I say red, I'm talking about cherry red. I'm talking about red. I had some rollers. I was such a big roller person. I think I'm gonna get back into it. Girl, I used to use hot rollers every day. So I put in my rollers, got all my shit, and I went over to my homegirl's room, and she was one of my home skillet biscuits, okay? Only 2 of the other girls are there. So fantastical, because I get a prime spot in the bathroom in front of the mirror with the good lighting. Meanwhile, the other girls are coming in and they're going straight for the liquor. They're going straight for a drink, and I'm in there doing my thing, right? So I start doing my makeup, and I'm about halfway through, and you know, the girls are kind of coming in and out, right? Seeing this, like, I see somebody come into the bathroom, but there's so much going on, I don't put a face to the person, okay? I just see a body, and I just kind of, you know, see this blur, and I don't pay attention to it. It's like almost like that feeling where you could feel somebody staring a hole in you, and it just gets really awkward. So, you know, I'm doing one of these, and like I'm looking at, you know, I'm trying to figure out the placement of the curls and how I like them, you know, hairspraying them and stuff, and out of the corner of my eye, I can literally feel it. Out the corner of my eye, I see it. It is, oh, weirdo girl that flew with us on the way here, that's been having weird energy this whole time. Girl, she got her weird energy in here right now. She's not fixing herself up. She's not zhuzhing herself. Bitch, wait. Like, girl, don't be weird. Maybe she like spaced out, you know, like some people do that. Like, you know, my husband, that like he spaces out. Like some people just genuinely space out. So, you know, I try to ignore it, and I'm like, haha, and I keep, you know, messing with my hair. I don't really think much of it. Moving on. Fast forward, we end up like taking a shot, and as a group together before we leave the room. I end up going back to our room to drop off all my makeup and shit, and to meet up with David because he had gone back to the room to get himself ready. Now it's time for all of us to step out. So my man's looking and smelling fine. I'm looking and smelling fine and sparkly, and we go down to the lobby to meet up with our friends. We end up going outside to this area where they got a bunch of like taxis. We get in line. When it comes to going on vacation, it's not just about who you're going on vacation with, it's about where you're going on vacation as well. Okay, you got to be mentally and emotionally prepared. You need to understand that people are not in their right mind. The likelihood of you coming across somebody that has evil intent, or just like drunk out of their mind, or wants to fight, or just have arrogance and violence and all of those things, yep, they reside there. And the likelihood of you running into that is higher in those areas, okay? So you need to be aware of that, but also be aware of the individuals that you are taking with you to these high intensity, high aggression environments, and whether or not they're gonna feed into it, because you might end up in jail because of that. We're like standing in this line waiting for taxis, right? And like there's groups and groups of us. So like there's a lot of people, but there's only like 3 or 4 different cars that they're waiting for. Does that make sense? Anyways, girl, there was this other group that was behind us, and they were obviously going out as well. You had such a stark contrast because they were all dressed in black. That I remember. It was actually kind of badass, I ain't even gonna lie. So they're all dressed in black, and then here's our group, and we're all Chinese and like, hey, and like just, girl, just basic Vegas shit. But you know what? You gotta do it. You just have to. You can't do Vegas without doing shimmery at least one time, okay? We thought they looked cute. We did. We thought they looked cute. Even my girls, they were like, dang, like that dress is cute. And like, you can't go wrong with a little black dress. You just can't. Weirdo girl decides to take this opportunity. She gonna say it with her chest. What's up? What? Y'all got a problem? What? Like, why you, hello, boo? I've been planning way too long for me to go down with your ass for them. I'm sorry. This right here, no, we're not doing that. You know how typically like one of your homies, they'll be like, oh, like you hear them getting ruffled up, and like immediately you're like, yeah, yeah. You start joining in too, girl, none of us. When I tell you none of us, we go to a restaurant, we end up, getting messy. We start going casino hopping. We're just doing the damn thing, having a good time. We end up back at our hotel. It was like a scene out of The Hangover. Do I remember getting there? No. Did I get there safely? Yes, I did. Thank you to my mans. The next day, all of our friends are leaving. This is the time, remember when I told you that David and I were staying so that we could celebrate my birthday in silence, in peace, together, little cutesy, all day. Our friends are leaving all day at different times. So we're just hanging out at our hotel. I look up and I realize it's just me and David, oh girl, and her mans. Why does this keep happening? When's y'all's flight? Like, are y'all leaving tonight or what's up? They gonna sit up here and say, oh, we're staying an additional day, yeah. Girl, their flight is leaving the same day ours is leaving. And yes, I did check. They were flying a different airline home. Think one. We were not on the flight home together. I understand, I hear what you're saying. I can hear you through the screen right now. Well, just tell them that you got plans. It's your birthday. You could feel it. It was palpable. It was undeniable. They were bored. The dude especially, he's just like, what starts probing, well, what y'all doing tonight? What y'all got, we should do something. Alluding to having another crazy night. I start nudging David under the table and I'm like, you better handle it. You better handle it. Got reservations because, it's actually Nikki's birthday. And they were like, oh, no shit, happy birthday, cool, whatever, right? Well, old dude was, hey, yeah. This whole time, I didn't know that. Happy birthday. So, what are you guys about to do? Okay. I don't know. One thing led to another. We end up going hotel hopping and it kind of calms down a little bit. David and I are kind of talking to each other as we're walking from place to place, and we decide, after dinner, we're gonna have our reservation, but after dinner, we can do something. We can meet back up with them and do something. They decide that they're gonna go get burgers while we go and have our reservation at this restaurant for my birthday, right? It's an experience. It's wonderful. I'm in a great mood, and we end up meeting up with them at another hotel to go to some magic show, okay? We're seeing some magician perform, and we got these tickets last minute. So, I'm pretty excited. It seems pretty interesting. Okay, cool. So fast forward, we meet up with them and we get in line. We go into this auditorium. We watch the magic show. It's really cool. And we come out and they have like this bar that's right outside of the theater. And everybody that's coming out, they're all kind of, just hanging out by the bar, mingling. Oh, girl and her mans, they're in front of us, right? So they're out by the bar before we get there. David and I are in our own conversation, and we're just kind of, walking leisurely towards the bar because we just assumed that they were gonna be there because that's where everybody went, right? Girl, Amy, right? I named her Amy. Amy and Carlos, all right? So Amy and Carlos are nowhere to be found. And I'm like, and David's like looking, he's like, oh, that's them right there. Girl, why do I see them literally walking towards the exit? They're like walking away from this area. They're probably just going to the bathroom. They're just going to the bathroom. I'm sure they'll be right back. David and I just kind of look at each other and we're a little bit dumbfounded. They didn't say anything. I'm literally assuming that they're going to the bathroom. I don't know what else would make sense. So we're just kind of like trying to figure it out. Meanwhile, we're tracking them a little bit. Like we're just like watching where they're going, which direction they're going. Girl, they get down. It seems like a mile away. They gonna turn around in unison and look at me and David and have the audacity to do one of these. I'm sorry, are we being summoned? We start walking and David and I are so confused, and I'm looking at him, I was like, was there like an agreement? Like, where are we going right now? And he was like, no, like, I didn't know we were going anywhere. Like, maybe they had plans, I don't know. And I was like, okay. Again, did not think anything of it, just kind of wrote it off. Like, maybe they had something else planned. They didn't tell us, who cares, whatever. We get up to them and they're like, okay, come on, like, let's go. Like, what y'all waiting for? And I'm the person to speak up, girl, because like, listen, I'm not going to make a big deal out of this, but you also not going to be questioning me all crazy. Like we had a conversation that we didn't have. My bad, like everybody stopped at the bar. I didn't know that we had something else to do. Where are we going? Yeah, there's this speakeasy that I know about over at the Cosmopolitan. We're going there, come on. They start walking. That was it. Point blank, motherfucker, period. Okay. Are we on a strike system? Because she's on strike 1,000. I know we don't even have no savings for bail money. You better make sure we go to the Cosmopolitan It wasn't even a speakeasy, girl. I don't even think that she knew what a speakeasy was. It was just a regular bar. But anyways, we end up going, getting overpriced drinks. Okay, I do. I have a little bit of an attitude because, you know, I don't like a lack of communication. Don't do that. But I decided, you know, and maybe it was a faux pas. I'm shaking it off. I want to go out onto the street. I want to see the lights. I want to see Vegas. I want to go to the Bellagio fountain. I want to go. Let's go. So, you know, we start discussing this. Of course, the Bellagio fountain has certain times. So David was like, you know, it's like every 15 minutes or something. So if we go right now, we can make the next one and get like a good spot. You haven't seen the Bellagio fountain before? Like, I've seen it. I want to see it again. I'm sorry, because I've seen the Bellagio fountain go off before, I should just never look at it ever again in the history of time. What does that mean? What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, ugh. So I have to answer this stupid question. I want to see it again. Like, I think it's fun. I love it. They play different music. They have different sets. Like, I just want to go. Like, the whole, like, you're silly, poo-poo, you know, whatever, that type of sighing. Okay, like, we'll go to the Bellagio fountain. Like, let's go. So we leave that spot and I'm starting to feel a little ruffled. It seems to be a big deal when it's outside of what it is that they want to do. You know what I mean? So once I see it, I'm gonna keep pressing it because you see, I'm not about to be pushed around. All right, like either we're gonna communicate or we're just not gonna see eye to eye. I don't know what to tell you. This is on my mind, in my heart, the whole way. We get to the Bellagio fountain and, you know, David and I are on the same page and he's looking at me sideways, I'm looking at him sideways, and we're just like, okay, well, you know, maybe we can get through a few more things with them and then just kind of like be like, okay, well, you guys have a good night. You know what I mean? That was kind of our plan. We go, we see the Bellagio fountain, whatever. I thought it was great. If you know anything about your girl, I love roller coasters. Like, really, I could ride roller coasters all day, especially when I was younger, girl. I was such a, yes. We're going hotel to hotel. And the next one that we end up going in is New York, New York. And when we walk in there, I get really excited and I'm like, babe, oh my God, yes, I'm so glad that we're here. I've been wanting to ride the roller coaster. I want to do it before we leave. Let's go. So we get up. And to be good communicators, we tell Amy and Carlos, hey, we're about to head up. Real quick, we'll meet y'all in a little bit. We're gonna go ride the roller coaster. Notice that ain't nobody saying that nobody has to do anything. What I'm saying is that I want to ride the roller coaster while you're down here gambling away your life. I'm going to have me some fun and go on a little ride. I'll be right back. That's what I'm saying, okay? I hate roller coasters. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm not going on a roller coaster. I'm not. You know, that's fine. Like, I understand, you know, I understand roller coasters aren't everybody's thing. So I was like, you know, that's cool. Like, you know, like I said, I will be right back. I'll meet you down here. Me and David gonna go. Why does Carlos get up and he was like, I like roller coasters. I'm not staying here. Like, I'm gonna go too. Sir, are you trying to start a fight? Like, I don't care if you like roller coasters. If she's saying she don't like it, you stay. What are you doing? It's just awkward. And I'm like, why does this need to be a thing? I'm just trying to go, oh my God. So she's looking at him all crazy. She's like, what? Imagine with me, if you will. I am standing here and these two boys are beside me talking about, no, we want to go on the roller coaster. And the only girl dragging her feet is her. And she's just like, are you guys serious? Really? Like, all of you? And we were like, I don't know why this is a big deal. I'm sorry. Like, genuinely, I'm sorry. I'm sorry Carlos wants to go. I gotta go upstairs through the arcade, so whoever wants to come, comes. And like, you know, I'm going. We start heading up to the arcade and Carlos and Amy start having a conversation. I don't know. All I know is that her ass ends up on the escalator as well. And I'm like, ugh, girl, it is so awkward. I hate it so much. It was supposed to be a wonderful moment, a fun moment. Why did she come but has an attitude? Why would you come and have an attitude? I don't understand. Nobody is forcing you. You cannot stand by yourself for all of 3 minutes while the roller coaster goes. Girl, all throughout the line, we're standing in line. She's not talking. She's one of those girls that when she's upset, everybody in the vicinity is gonna fucking feel it. Nobody, anyways, girl, the whole line, nobody's talking by this point. It's very not fun. So they sit us in the roller coaster. They are behind us. I will say the roller coaster was hella fun. I had a great time. I did buy the picture. We get off, we go down those escalators. We're in the casino part. Why do we get down there? And again, their feet all the way down, heading out of the hotel, not saying a word. We just see their backs. Girl, I am holding on to the hope and faith that I will have a good time this evening for dear life. So I swallow my pride. And I look at David and I say, come on, like, let's just come on. Let's just come on. And we follow their asses. And by the time we get to like the front desk area, finally, they decide to look back and check that we're there, and we are, and they continue walking, and we kind of catch up to them, and we're like, hey, what's up? Like, where are we going? We're just gonna see what we see and, just, kind of follow the crowd and whatever. Okay, so no plan. That's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm a laid back person. Just say we ain't got no plan. The boys start kind of mingling, and they come up with a little plan to go to like Caesar's Palace or whatever. So boom, we're headed over there. Walking around, sightseeing. They do a little bit of gambling here and there. We end up going to a little sidebar. We get a few drinks. She ended up going to the bathroom. He ends up getting another drink. And David and I get into our own conversation. Meanwhile, they're doing their own thing. She comes out of the bathroom, meets back up with Carlos. They start having their own conversation. It's very normal schnormal. I'm looking past David where they were. They are no longer there. Where the fuck are Carlos and Amy? I swear it was a game of where's Carlos and Amy? What the fuck you think I see next? What do you think I see next? They are walking off. They are walking off. They are walking. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. In what world is it okay when you are having a night with other people for you to simply just walk off? Who raised you? What the fuck is that? What is that? No. I looked at David. No. They got to wherever they got to. Like, they got out of our sight. And I was like, bug it, whatever. Like, I didn't even worry about it. Why I get a text on my phone? You guys coming? I text her back, coming where? We're gonna go to the next spot, like whatever hotel. We didn't know that. After this, like, we're just gonna say that we're gonna peace out and then we're just gonna go do our own thing, okay? And he was like, all right, cool. We head to one of the exits, girl, and they're standing right by the doors and they have the audacity to be like, wow, okay, finally, like, oh, we are waiting and like whatever. And I was like, oh, we had no idea. Sorry. So sorry. Again, I'm trying to put these things behind me, all right? This is temporary. It's fine. We're still gonna have a good time. We had been together for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years at this point. My mother, I'm gonna be real. When my mom heard that I was going to Vegas, I don't know if she thought that I was in the movie Fools Rush In or some shit, but she kept telling me over and over and over and harping on it, Nikki, you better not go to Vegas and get married. I'm telling you right now, because if you do that, I will find you and I will. We get to the next hotel. We're there for about an hour. I had just gone to the bathroom and I'm waiting outside, waiting for David to come out. And all of a sudden my phone goes off. And I look at it and it's my mom and she's calling. And it's pretty late. It's like in the wee hours of the morning by now. And I'm like, what the hell? So my heart starts beating all fast. And I was like, I don't know, girl. Like, I just reverted back to my teenage ways. And I was like, not gonna answer that. Like, that doesn't seem like she'll text me if it's an emergency. You know what I mean? Like, what? I don't know. I just got nervous. I don't know why. She hangs up and she texts me, all caps, Nikki, call me now. By this point, David comes out the bathroom. I am in distress. And I'm like, oh shit, right? And I'm looking at my phone. I'm like, what? And he's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't know. My mom just called. Girl, I step off to the side just in case I get yelled at. And I call my mom. Here I go trying to sound all sober. Hey, what's up? Hey, how are you? Oh, I miss you. Don't be trying to be all chummy and all that. What are you doing at so-and-so hotel right now? She knew what hotel I was at. We didn't have locations on. We did not have locations on each other. I'm sitting there and I'm like, how does she know that I'm here? And to be real, nothing. I don't know, just came out of the bathroom. Like, what you mean? But there I am, freaking stutter stepping. And I'm like, I'm just chilling. Like a villain. Do not lie to me. I know that you're there at that chapel, Nikki, and I swear on everything, if you did something stupid, I will fly out there. Like the next flight, I will be on it. And I was like, whoa, girl, she starts talking and I'm trying to process and I'm like, what? what are you, and I can't even get a word in edgewise. By this point, here comes Carlos, here comes Amy. They're walking up all slow. They can tell that like something's happening. David is like looking at them like, yeah, you know, just give us a second. And they're like, okay. And they're just kind of like standing off to the side, but you know, close enough to where they can still be nosy. So I'm trying to keep it, you know, at a minimum because I'm a little bit embarrassed. And I'm like, Mom, I was like, what are you talking about? And she was like, you know what I'm talking about. And my mom would do this thing where she would like not tell me what she was mad about. She would like be like, I'm gonna give you one more time to tell me the truth, Nikki. I'm gonna give you one more thing, you know. And I'm like, lady, I don't know what you're talking. Can you just spill it? Can you just say it? Can you just tell me? Give me the wisdom. What are you talking about? Why did I just see on Facebook that you are checked in with David at a chapel at so-and-so hotel right now, Nikki? Why? She's sending me screenshots of what she's seeing. And sure enough, you know how you could tag people? Bitch, I look at these pictures and there is a post. So fun, so sweet, whatever. I forgot what it said. But it was like talking about so sweet or whatever and tagging me and David. And the location was a chapel. I look at who posted that. Mom, let me call you back. Hey, let me talk to you for a second. Let me talk to you for a second. Carlos is right behind her. And I'm like, did you post and tag me and David at a chapel just now on Facebook? Girl, you saw that? Isn't that so funny? And there goes Carlos. He starts laughing. Oh yeah, we thought that would be hilarious. You know, like everybody would think that y'all are getting married. And sure enough, you know, there's comments. Our friends that were just here, they were like, oh shit, like y'all got married. Like, why didn't y'all tell us? Like, da-da-da. People are believing it. I don't care about all that. Prank. Oh, ha ha, hee hee, ha ha. My mom? Are you dumb? I am my mother's only daughter. I think what made it even worse, and I know this girl could not have known that, but my mother was on this. The right before I left, all the way up until the point that I stepped on the plane, bitch. You better not go over there and get married. So like, I just found it was crazy that this was happening now. It was bad timing. They don't get it. They think that it's like not a big deal. Your mom needs to chill. And I'm like, hey, you need to chill talking like that. You don't get it. And if you can kid around and your mom wouldn't take it seriously or your parents wouldn't take it seriously, playing or not, that's on you. Maybe they expect you to do some shit like that. I don't know. That's none of my business. What I'm trying to tell you, can't be playing with my family like that. Like, it's just not, it's not a laughing matter. I don't care about your opinion. I'm not going to keep going back and forth with you. Take it down. Take it down. So they take it down, and now like there's this huge, you know, elephant in the room. It's all awkward, but I don't care. It's gonna be awkward because like, what are you doing? Like, first you just making my birthday just no fun, pitching a fit, copping an attitude, walking off without saying shit, not wanting to collaborate, not wanting to communicate, but you sure as hell can communicate enough to be tagging me on Facebook. Girl, it was annoying. And at that point, I was done. I'm not here for the niceties no more. Get out my face. Like, you're annoyed, I'm annoyed. You can be annoyed over there. My grandma was all concerned the next day. My brother was asking me about it. And I could see, you know, how some people might hear this and be like, well, that's not a big deal. Like, my family wouldn't think it was a big deal. They would know that it's a joke. But like, nah. I think because of the status of David and I's relationship and the fact that they were expecting for us to get engaged any day now, my mom's worst fear was for me to rebel. It was something that she probably would have done when she was younger. My mom was crazy, okay? And I think that she thought that I was gonna do something like that. I don't know, but like, she was so convinced, so much so. My mom was so convinced that what I told her wasn't enough. After we got off the phone, the very next morning, she checked public records to see if I got married. Learn from me. Know who you're going on vacation with. I know it seems fun. And, you know, sometimes you be getting into these situations where it's like, oh, yeah, you know, we can go. And then, you know, I got my friends and they're going to go too. So sometimes, like, you don't really know. But just keep that in mind. Really make or break your time and the vacation and the moment and the money that you spend. And it can just be not a pleasant experience. So anyways, y'all, that is a little tipperoo from your girl Nikki. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. Thank y'all so much for coming and chilling with me as per usual. Let me know your thoughts down below, or any stories that you have of maybe a moment where traveling with a person wasn't so great. Let me know down below. Thank y'all so much for being here. I love you so much, but God loves you more, and I will see your fine self in my next video. Peace out.